half or so. So I know that's a no-no. You're supposed to check your bag all the time and make sure everything's good with it. I haven't done it, so here we go. Let's see what's in there. First of all, let's look at the outside. We've got some heavy-duty safety pins with some lights on them. A couple of them. Just button battery lights, CR232s, I think. Fox 40 whistle. Those are pretty loud. A little harmonica. Try to make the outside of the bag look kind of friendly. You know, there's a lot of people that argue that if your bag looks too military looking or something like that, it's a target for your bag to get taken or stolen. Really, you know, if you're under those kind of conditions, your bag's going to get taken or stolen regardless of what it looks like, I think. But there's just not that many normal looking, sports looking bags that can hold up. You want a really durable, strong bag that's going to last through a lot of wear and tear. This is a Maxpedition Pygmy Falcon 2. And yeah, I think that's what it is. Anyway, these are fantastic bags. They are unbelievably well made. And you can overpack them. This one's probably, oh, maybe 20 pounds. It's not too bad. It's got fantastic straps on it. It's very, very comfortable. Really great buy. I think Maxpedition has phased them out. You can probably still get some here and there. Last time I checked, they were about $100 on Amazon, and they're worth every penny. A couple of real carabiners over here. These are not the goofy ones like you see, you know, for just hanging stuff on. They're the real deal. Forget how much they hold, but it's a lot. This little flashy thing here in case you're walking at night. You can invert the battery on that if memory serves, and it'll stay on. I think it's two CR232s back to back sandwiched in there. Always have a pocket knife on the outside of your bag that you can get to. This is a utility knife. That is one of the best knives I ever had. It's a Kershaw. I don't know what model it is. What does it say on here? It's okay, you can just look at it. If I can get it in there. What does that say? 1820, I guess, is the model. Whatever. It's got a fantastic edge on it. And it's also assisted opening, so I like that a lot. I didn't used to like assisted opening, but I do now. This is kind of a neat tool to have. If you ever gone to a convenience store on the outside and they got a water spigot, there's no handle on it for you to turn it on. That's the universal spigot that you can, or thing that you can turn the spigot on with. Go up to it and turn it on. You got water if there's pressure. If there's not, at least you tried and you had a way to get to it. As opposed to carrying a wrench set with you. Now, if you're in your bug out vehicle, then that's not an issue. I had my canteen or my Nalgene bottle. I took it out at the beginning of this when I first started. The cap on this thing is really neat. You can get these aftermarket. Let's see what's Solite, and you can see the LEDs in there. And I was trying to get it to charge when I first picked my bag up to do the video. Let's see if it's got enough juice in it. Almost. That's one of the reasons you check your bag. This would be useless if I really needed it. If when I put my hand on it, the light should stay on, and it doesn't. So I probably need to check the batteries or just leave it exposed to light. But anyway, trust me, when this is full of water, it acts like a lantern. And it's really good. It lasts quite a long time, and you can't change the batteries out in it. So that's a cool thing to look into. Normally that goes right in here. Underneath here is a metal cup, and there's also one on the other side. It's the same ones that you see everybody else put on the bottom of their Nalgene. We'll get out there. We'll get it out there in a minute. Here's just a multi-tool. Everybody's got to have a multi-tool. This is the Leatherman, which is this one, the Wingman. And if memory serves, it is spring-loaded. Nice multi-tool. You got to have one of those. No way of getting around that. And I suppose if this didn't work, that probably would. But either way, you got two tools. And that other thing will work on other stuff too. Let's see what we got here. Some keys. Those actually go to something. I don't know what this is. Some clippies. We'll get to the bottom of this. I'm going to take this off right now because it's help holding it up. As it is, it's kind of holding up. This is something that's fantastic. I got this from somebody else's bug out bag video. And I wish I could remember who he was because I give him credit for it. This is a miniature backpack. It stuffs in this little tiny bag. I'm not going to get it out because it's a pain in the butt to get back in. But the idea is this. You're stuck and you got a boogie and you cannot carry all this. You take your essentials, you put them in your mini bag, put it on your back, and you haul butt. That way you can leave your other stuff behind. If you have to completely ditch it, fine, but you take your essentials with you, 5, 10, 15 items, whatever you think this can hold or you want to carry, how much ever weight. But you lighten your load and you have a way to carry. instead of taking your main bag. You can stash it if you want, go back for it later. On the side here, it looks like I've got some gallium white sticks. I got red, white, and green. Get some white ones. You definitely get some white ones. Some bandages. I don't know. Oh, I know what my thinking was here. I wanted not the entire first aid kit, but I wanted something on the outside of the bag that was quick to get to, in case somebody had me or somebody else had a really bad gash or cut that was just bleeding out of control or something like that. Some way to bandage it up real quick. I've got black electrical tape and a pair of looks like nitrile gloves in there to double as something to just really wrap the wound with, to pack it, to stop the bleeding, and to also kind of double as a tourniquet type thing because it's stretchy. And I'm thinking I've got super glue in there to glue cuts. I'm not quite sure what that's there for. Maybe something else. Also, you always want to have some kind of a knife on the outside other than your utility knife, something more of a defensive weapon, as well as a great utility knife. These are Moore knives. If you haven't seen one or looked at one before, definitely get one. The steel is flexible, so it'll hold up pretty good. It keeps a pretty good edge, not perfect, but pretty dang good, and you're going to have some way to, hopefully I've got some way to sharpen in there, and we're about to find out. And if I don't, then that's something I need to fix. But definitely have a Moore knife. Let's see, I don't think there's anything else on the outside. Fantastic backing, straps are great, comfortable, the bag is good. I'll see what we got. We'll do it like everybody else does and start on the outside. This little first pocket right here. And dust bad, man. My bug out bag's got dust on it. Okay, I know what this is. This is a battery charger. It goes in your car. Not so charger, that's a replacement battery. It takes the place of a battery, goes in your car. This goes to a radio. We'll get to radios because I know now that I've got radios in there. We'll get to that in a minute. What else we got here? This is probably the best fire starter that I've ever seen. Lightning Strike fire starter. This is made by a man and his son, I believe. I ran across him from another person's video, I believe, or in my pursuit when I started prepping years ago. This end has got kindling in it. Basically, it's just some kind of gauze or something that's soaked in Vaseline or some other flammable material. And the way this thing works is you put whatever you're going to catch on fire on this end, stick it on there, and this rod directly sits on top of this ferrocerium rod in here, this striker. And as you slide this down, I can get it, as you slide this down, man, it creates a whole bunch of spark. It's just absolutely insane how much this produces. I wish I could demonstrate it to you, but not here in the bedroom. On my comforter and all that. So what we got in here? I keep my bug out bag in my bedroom. I keep some of my stuff in here, but not all of it. I figure if I'm asleep, I want to be where it is. I always have a toothbrush, by the way. And so it's just nearby. Some people carry theirs in their bug out vehicle all the time. I keep a EDC bag. It's also an Expedition. I think it's I forget what it's called, a jumbo or something like that. The New Testament. I don't go anywhere without one of these. You may not believe in God, but when things go bad this way, you might change your mind. And this might also be a good thing to give to somebody. You never know. I think that's got the Psalms and, yeah, it's got Psalms and Proverbs. I got something down in here in the bottom. I can't get to it. Feels like paracord. Yep, it is paracord. Probably got some more in there somewhere else. I think that's it. We'll find out in a minute. Let's go to our next opening here. Not sure what that is. That is a mechanical fish catcher. I've never used it. I found it, put it in there. I don't have any clue how it works, but the principle's the sound. I think it's spring loaded. You put a line out, that way you can leave it unattended. This looks like a universal USB. I'm pretty sure this is probably out of date. And this video is not that old. As a matter of fact, this is 2017 while I'm filming this, so I don't even have an iPhone connector on that. I probably need to throw that away. Get something newer. I don't know how long that old. I've got two watches in here. These are Casio. I forget what model these are. 3223. I can't remember. The reason I remember getting these is because they have a 10-year battery on them. And they really do last for 10 years. I got my first Casios when I started scuba diving when I was 14, because I couldn't afford a real dive watch. But they would get the job done for me to qualify, and I've had these. I've been wearing Casios, G-Shock brands and stuff like that. These have world time on them, and a whole bunch of other features, several alarms, countdown timer, stuff like that. And they're just lightweight, really good, and they only cost like maybe 10 or 12 bucks on Amazon. I got an Orion flare. I got some Ace bandages. Looks like I got a cutting tool of some sort, and it looks like a tourniquet. I don't know where I found that. There you go. Watch out for your tourniquets. If you have latex tourniquets, they'll get bad over time. They'll get crusty, and they won't be useful at all. They'll fall apart on you when you really need them. Looks like I've got just a decent plano compass. It's not a lensatic. I don't really know how to use a lensatic. I know where north, south, east, or west is. During the day, the compass is for whatever other reason. Sterile bandages. I always have at least one pack of sterile bandages. Radios. Here's the radios I was talking about. That charger thing. If you're going to get into bugging out, you got to get into communications. There's no way around it. When I first started messing around with prepping, I got a CB radio for my Jeep, and let me tell you what, truckers are just nasty on the radio. They're horrible. There's nothing that regulates them. They are just absolutely nasty, foul-mouthed, terrible, terrible people on the radio. Every once in a while they're useful when they're calling stuff in, and most of them blast out at massive wattage. Some of them, you can see a trucker pull into a gas station or something, you know, a truck stop during the day, and they key up on their radio, and when they do, they're pushing out so much RF that the fluorescent lights light up underneath the overhang. So it's ridiculous. So then I went to GMRS. That's fine. That's the stuff you get at Walmart or Radio Shack. You know, little family walkie-talkies for camping trips. Some of those are pretty good. Some of them actually you transmit on bands you're not supposed to transmit on, or frequencies. And they're okay. If you want to do communication, do it for real. Get a ham radio license. It's not that hard. You don't need to go all the way. You can get your technicians. Go to hamexam.org. HAMEXAM.org. You can take the test all day long. It doesn't change, except for maybe once every 2 years. You can literally memorize the test and take it and get your license. Do it. Once you do that, you have access to repeaters. The entire world is at your disposal for communication. And once you get into digital radio, you can talk to places all over the world on something this small. You do not need a big rig HF radio to talk to, let's say, Japan or Russia or Australia. You can do it with a digital D-Star radio this size. So definitely do that. Oh, I'd be willing to bet you too these won't light up. Nope, they won't turn on. So that kind of defeats the purpose. But I remember doing something. I remember the first time I put these in, I had that problem, and I think I did. I put a piece of paper. Oh, dropped it on the floor. I put a piece of paper over the contacts right here to keep the battery from discharging. Let's see if it'll turn on without that piece of paper in it. Assuming I can line it up properly. There we go. See what happens.
Channel mode.
Excellent.
Frequency mode.
All right.
Channel mode.
This is 2 meter, 70 centimeter radio, so that keeps my batteries from discharging while I'm in there. I probably need to go ahead and check that out more later on and find out why that battery's sticking. It might have some gunk in there. Now I'll put that piece of paper back in there later on. Alright. Of course, things necessary to my region of the country. I'm in Texas. Need to know about snakes. We have snakes like crazy out here. In West Texas, we have things called rattlesnake roundups. We have tens of thousands of rattlesnakes show up every year, and they are crazy all over the place. Of course, just regular maps. You never know when you're going to need those for logistical purposes or planning or whatever the case may be. Looks like we got another flare in there. And probably need to check the date on that, but it's a beef jerky. I don't think that's going to go bad. Got some zip ties. Here are 2 small antennas that go on the radios. They just screw on the top. Looks like I got a Sawyer water filter with the straw that goes to it. Looks like I have some disposable towels. Those you add a little drop of water to and they open up, expand. Ramen noodles. Oh boy. And I've got 3 big 100 bars. Out of all the protein bars that I can find, whatever you want to call them, these are absolutely awesome. You can just eat these regular. They're delicious. If you're going to get one, go to the grocery store. You can usually find these at the grocery store. You can find them at Walmart. Get the, which flavor is it? The peanut butter one? Anyway, get one of them that you think sounds good. Try it, see if you don't like it. And they really will fill you up pretty good. I'm not going to find out how many calories there are on it. Looks like I have a, looks like a monocular, so I can see what's going on in the distance. Takes up less space than binoculars, I guess I was thinking. I've got some iostat potassium iodide tablets. They're not good for anything except for your thyroid prior to being exposed to radiation. So you kind of have to know, I guess, if you're going to be exposed. Looks like I have a multi-purpose spoon, tool, a couple of wet ones. Feels like there's something else down there. Ah, I have a universal. I'm not going to show it to you. I'll flash it to you. It's basically my passport, my driver's license, my scuba license, and my social, all in one card. I'll take those when I go traveling around South America. I kept a couple of those with me just in case. If you get caught in South America without your passport, you are in deep doo-doo. You have to go to the embassy and wait. I think it's 90 days. Alright, we're going to open our main pouch. And this is what I really like about this bag, this Pygmy Falcon 2, is it has a clamshell opening. So I should be able to open the bag up all the way. And I can. See if something fell out. I don't know what it was. Looks like I got a pencil in there. Alright, there's my main stuff. Let's see what we got going on here. I'd be willing to bet that is an old, I don't know where I got this. I bet that was my grandfather's. I bet it's a signal mirror. Or just a mirror. It may just be a shaving mirror. It's made out of metal. That's probably from World War II, or who knows where that's from. If you know, leave a comment. Bandana. Oh, we got a rotten rain pad. Boy, you can tell how long that's been in that bag. It's all kind of bent up and stuff. That's okay. It'll be alright. Pair of gloves. Always have a pair of gloves. You got to have them. You never know what those are going to do. Probably, I'm going to guess there's probably 100 feet. There's got to be more than that. A paracord. Maybe 200 something feet. These things are awesome. Everybody's seen these. These are wet fire. Everybody knows what those are. They're little fire fuel tablets. They'll light in just about any condition, even in really wet conditions. I think I've seen them actually burn on water. Looks like I got a pair of sunglasses / safety goggles. They have a soft rubber inside, and then so probably double purpose safety glasses / shades. I have a SOL bivy. That's basically like one of those emergency blankets on steroids is what that is. I think it's a tube that you actually get into. Bit of honey, some sugar. I don't know what I got in here. Oh, I know what I got in here. This is, I don't know what you'd call, there's a purpose for, this is an old style telephone that I purposely bought on Amazon. I think it was, and it wasn't that much, it was like 9 or 10 bucks, and I put it in a Ziploc baggie. Let's pick it out and look at it. You ever run into a landline when all things have failed and you want to be able to use it? You're going to need some way to connect to the landline. And if you have the know-how and the skill and you're out on a telephone pole, you don't have a regular round test kit, you can get one of these things and hook it up properly. I think I'd be willing to bet that what I've got in there is the necessary parts for me to clip onto. I'm almost positive, yeah, I am. For me to clip onto a bare wire and get a dial tone. If you don't got one of those, stick one of those in your bag. I hope it helps somebody out with that. Some emergency tape, it's just medical tape. Looks like I've got a bag full of medical supplies, just basic stuff. I've got some wet ones, some Celox, that's a blood coagulant, and I've got some sutures. I've got different sizes. I'd be willing to bet in there. Yeah, I can tell by the color change, but I've got different size sutures. If you don't know how to suture, I haven't actually done it, but I've watched plenty. I've got some dryer lint in there for some handling. But if you have never sutured, there's some videos on YouTube if you got the stomach to watch them practice on pigs and stuff like that. This looks like a baklava, no, yeah. To keep your head warm. Definitely if it's cold you want something like that to wrap around your head, the top of your head. Keep the top of your head covered. Let's see, pair of underwear. You never know. Hey man, I bet I got some socks. Yep, I got some socks. These are full size. No, these are half. No, they're full size tube socks. What do we got in here? I have no clue what's in here. And that rubber band, that tells you how long it's been in there. It's a fishing kit. Fishing sewing kit. Yeah, it's a fishing sewing kit combination. There's some threads, some needles, some bobbers, some hooks, and a couple of sinkers in there. Nothing fancy. Goes with my spring-loaded fishing mechanism over there. Oh, that goes to the Sawyer filter. Spoon and fork. Pack of batteries with some, looks like Gorilla Tape wrapped around it. I got cat hair all over it. I don't know which one it is. Probably Lulu. The color of it. Pencil. Unsharpened. Here's another water filtration gadget. Life straw. I've never tried one of these, but everybody's got one. I haven't read anything bad about them. And they're relatively cheap nowadays. I think they're down to 17 or 15 bucks. And I think there's a aftermarket brand that's not too bad. I'm going to guess this is just matches. Let's look and see. Yep. Big old honking matches with a striker on the side. Nothing fancy. Sometimes you see them that have compass and stuff like that on them. What are we doing next? Let's save that for a second. I have no clue what's in there. Alright, so we got batteries, more batteries, AAAs and AA's. Another carburetor up there, some wet ones. Looks like another pair of socks. Yeah. This is one of my better buys, I think. It does a pretty dang good job. I like that the handle is hollow. It's very lightweight. It came with a sheath to put it into, but it took up too much room, so I got rid of it. And then I've rolled quite a bit of Gorilla Tape around the handle. Kind of doubles as a grip, but you don't need it. But there's plenty of tape there, and then I just put some tape over the edge because this is extremely sharp. This is a Fiskars, you can kind of read it. There's a hand hatchet. Amazing tool, and they come in different sizes, and I really like the way it feels. And of course, it's got a hammer surface if you need that for processing the wood or whatever. Another way to process wood, I already did a lot of research on this before I bought it. It's a Laplander saw. How do I do this? There we go. I think it does it multiple position? I don't know. But I've only heard good things about Laplanders. Brand new. I've never used it. You can tell by looking at it. It just went straight into the bag after I got it. But I've seen people really process wood really fast with those things. Faster than with a hatchet. Some more batteries, it looks like, from Amazon. Another pin. I'm glad I have these in here. I am very glad. When I pulled those smaller antennas out, I was like, I surely didn't put little tiny antennas in there for only one purpose. I actually have another set of antennas that go with the radios. Here's a radio, one that had a battery that was acting weird on it. Now that's, if I can back this off, you can see how big that antenna is on that radio. You want the bigger antenna, the better. And you can also get a feed line and run an antenna up into a tree if you want to. Looks like we got a pretty heavy duty knife here. I bet as thick as that's for, I probably put that in there for processing wood too. I can almost guarantee it by the way it looks. So we kind of edged on it. So. And it is a Magnum by Boker. I think I got these on a deal on Amazon. So I think that makes 4 knives so far. One in a multi-tool, and then one bag, and then this one and that one. We'll see. Definitely, this is a big tip for anybody that's got a emergency radio. Of course, I've got my ham radio stuff, but you also want one of these. One, because you can charge it. You can actually, this particular model, get this one. You can change the battery out if you want to. It has a analog dial on it. Your analog dial is so important. Do not get one that's digital. If you get one that's digital, when you go scan up and down on your channel, it's going to jump to the one that it can find. Now, if you're scanning and you're in an emergency, you want to be able to scan between frequencies real slow so you can pick up something faint that a digital radio will skip over because it can't lock in on that station, regardless if it's FM or AM. You want to be able to very slowly go in between those things and pick up something very faint that a digital one won't lock onto, but that you can pull out, you know, in a human capacity, analog with your own ears. So don't get digital. And it's got all the other stuff on it that you expect from an emergency radio. Let's see. We got a pocket in here. What have we got in here? Ha! A way to sharpen. I was getting nervous. I was worried I didn't have that in there. I didn't know what I was going to run across, if it was going to be a whetstone or one of those. I probably prefer a whetstone. I don't much care for those things. I think they damage the blade, but it's probably compact, and that's why I put it in there. Let's see what we got in here. I got a trash bag. So I got a black trash bag, a kitchen bag, poncho, thing of toilet paper squashed flat, and some tin foil. Lots of things you can do with tin foil. Alright, let's see if we're almost done here. And another fire starting tool. I think this is a Ultimate Survivals tool. I'm not quite sure how that opens. I guess if I really needed it, I'd figure it out. Alright, I think that's it. Nope, there's one more something in there. Where is it? Let me find it. Oh, a pack of can openers, and I have more than one. This is a very good trade item. These are just the P90 or P50, the ones that kind of fold out. You can understand what they are. Fit on your keychain can openers for people. But then again, you know what? I watched a YouTube video a while back, and I've said it more than once on my own videos, about people that are trying to open a can of soup or something like that. Go to YouTube and type in how to use a can opener. Watch one of the first videos. Man, I'll tell you what, these people nowadays that can't even use a can opener just blow my mind. Alright, we're going to take out this bottom part and look at it while we can, since it's all taken apart. And looks like I've got plenty of paracord keeping us together. Let's see what we got here. Take this bundle out and we'll see what's in it. I can tell that I've got at least one shemagh. It looks like I might have two, and a hat. I can tell by feeling that. I'm not going to unroll it because then I'll have to roll it up. There's two shemaghs in there. If you don't know what a shemagh is, get one. I'm not going to unroll this so you can see it. You see people wearing them around their heads, and they're just really great for a million things. You can strain stuff with them, filter stuff with them, keep cool with them, create makeshift arm slings with them, all sorts of things that you can do with a shemagh. And then I've just got a boonie hat, looks like. And wait a second, there's a secret compartment in this hat. I can tell by that. Let's see here. Been folded up for a while. It's got air vents in it. Let's see what's in my secret compartment. I don't see a zipper. Oh, Velcro. We're about to find something. Let's see what we got. There's money. How much money? I might go shopping. 1, 2, 100, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That sounds about right. $300 of emergency money stuck in that hat. I have a funny feeling I stuck that in there because I remember now I had had the hat for a while and did not realize that that pocket was there. And I thought, well, if I've had it for a while and didn't realize that pocket was there, then that's probably a good place to hide stuff. Let me put that back in there. And you never know. You always keep emergency money. Always, always. So that's that. Let's see what else we got going on. Alright, here's these two other packs that we had. We haven't gone through them yet. They were inside this. I like to keep things modular on the inside. At one point, you know, I remember when I was doing this, I had everything just thrown in there at once. And I first did this, I was like, I'm going to have a first aid kit. That's just all there is to it. And I don't know where I found this. I know I found it on Amazon, but I don't remember the name. It was very generic. Oh wait, what does this say on it? Field tested. Maybe you can find it by looking up that. 511? I think I recognize that brand. But I liked it because I had an identifier on it already. So let's get in here and see what we got. Another clamshell bag. And get some wet ones. That looks like a staple puller. That means I probably got a staple gun in here for closing open wounds. Looks like I have a bag full of multi-purpose Imodium, Celox, Band-Aids. That feels like it's an iodine swab, smelling salts, Alka-Seltzer swabs, plus cold medicine. Batteries are in here. You get some more tape and some gloves. Looks like I got one pretty good heavy-duty filter mask. Some earplugs. That's good to know that I put earplugs in there. Always put earplugs in your bug-out bag. I can't believe I don't have a whole pack in here somewhere. You got to have these. If you're in a noisy environment and you have to rest or sleep, you're going to have some way to block out the outside noise. And of course you don't want to block it out to an extent that you can't hear danger approaching, but if you get a chance to get some sleep and you're in a noisy environment and that's keeping you awake, you need earplugs. There's a wound stapler for lacerations, cuts, whatever, as long as it's a clean cut. A pair of hemostats, just a plain old nothing. Pullers, actually those are pullers, those are for pulling sutures. Multi-purpose, down and dirty, getting something cleaned out. Some more gauze, one's sterile, one's unsterile. This is a neat little thing. Let's see if this works. This is a blow up. You inflate it. I'm going to kind of open it here a little bit. It blows up into a bag, but when you fill it with air, and there's your little air thing, some kids invented this, and it makes a great big old lantern. Once it's full, this translucent material makes a lantern, and it recharges, and it's Luminade. Luminade.com. Check those things out. I thought that was a pretty cool thing. It was a decent purchase, and it's so compact, and I can't think of what else you would use it for other than what it's intended, but that's a neat little gadget that those kids make. I think it was a couple of young ladies that made that thing, came out with it. Another ace bandage. Let's see what we got here, some Cipro. So I got two things of 500 milligram Cipro. They're probably out of date, but you know what? If you get if the zombies get you, you know, who knows? Some burn gels, plain old burn gels. Some more tape. Sterile bandage. Another multi-packet of stuff. Let's see what we got. Looks like we have several hemostats and some more pullers in there. I'm not quite sure what that is. We've got a pair of those scissors for taking bandages off for clothing. Safety scissors. By the way, Leatherman makes a pair of these safety scissors. I saw a nurse here a while back carrying one of them, and they are wicked looking. Look up Leatherman safety scissors or EMT or whatever safety scissors and look at that product. It's amazing. Celox, you got to have as much Celox as you can. It looks like I had some more sutures in there. A couple of more of these little guys. Flashlight, let's see if it works. It does. These are fantastic on Amazon. You can get a pack of 5 of these for $18. It's either $18 or $21. Don't buy these things for $20 a piece. They're the same exact ones. They're under the Cree label, and these say Ultrafire on them. And you can get a pack of 5 of them. I'm almost certain for it's right around 20 bucks, I think. Anyway, looks like I have some really good, still really good tourniquets. Some more gloves, some cotton swabs. That's it for the medical stuff. Now this, I don't know where I got this bag. There's no label on this bag anywhere. We'll look inside and see if there's a label on the tag. Open this up. Ah, I remember what this is. This is, remember I showed you that little bag that's on the south side of my bag if I had to get up and go real quick and ditch everything else? This is my quick go one. I would throw this one in with that lightweight backpack. This is my lightweight gotta go thing. It's a mini bug out bag if I'm not mistaken. We'll find out when I open it. And then this with whatever other materials I needed. So this is like an essentials bag or an EDC. Let's see what we've got in here. I should have a little bit of everything. Okay, I've got a pretty heavy duty honking knife here. I like that guy. That's a neat knife. It's got a fair edge on it. This is also a Boker. It is the, I can't read that. Maybe you can read that. Fantastic knife, and they were on sale. I remember getting a couple of these for some friends. Really heavy duty. I mean, you could smack somebody that with. This is nothing but steel on that. Look at that thing. That is nothing but metal. Great big old heavy knife. Alright, some wet ones. Visine. Another one of these little knife things. Some tape. 2 more of those little knife things and some tape. And 2 packs of Celox. Can't have enough coagulant. Propel for mosquitoes. Something to eat because I'm on the road and I'm probably needing a snack because I'm boogieing with this one bag and nothing else. Some more wet ones for cleaning things up. I do not know. This is just a little, I have no clue what that's for. I guess I could put water in it and strain out fine particulate. It feels like it's made out of microfiber. Bottle of nose spray. If you get the sniffles. Another battery. Looks like I've got some water purification tablets. I don't have a full water drinking straw filtration system, so I got the next best thing. That's good, I thought of that. Some paracord, not much of it, but some. Wet fire. More of these little things. I guess I just had some of these extras laying around. I got a lot of sharp scalpel-like stuff in here for some reason. What do we got here? Midnight. These are sleeping tablets. I think. I don't know why I have those in there. I guess if I needed rest and I had to force the issue. Looks like I have a signal mirror. Still kept in the styrofoam. One emergency blanket. What do we got here? Another trash bag, kitchen trash bag. Some more off. Another rain poncho. Rain poncho is probably good for a lot of things. You know, if you're carrying your bug out bag and it's soaking wet outside and it's raining, you can take one of those things, you know, they're expendable, put it over your bag to keep it dry. 5-hour energy. That's a good thing to have. I don't know if there's an expiration on those, but I've never had to use them. But, I thought ahead. I did think. I do have more of these in here. I always have some. These are also trade items. Don't forget that. What do I got here? More bit of honey, in case you don't know. I really like bit of honey. Carmex, some Twizzlers, and a cigarette lighter. It's kind of funny, I've only run across one cigarette lighter out of all this, just one cigarette lighter. And the rest of this is gauze, suture, the large pads that you would expect, another pair of hemostats, another pair of pullers, and we're getting down here in the very bottom. This is triple antibiotic with some BC powders, and I've got some vitamins in there. These are really potent vitamins. They're made by Nature's Life, I think. They last forever, and they are very, very potent. Replenish all the minerals and stuff you may lose while you're running for your life. And just that's just nothing but gauze and bandages. Looks like I got another light stick in there. Oh, and there's another fire starter. Another little light my fire, I think, fire starter. These things are really neat. I like those. And I think that's it. Well, I said I'd never pull my bug out bag for anybody to look at, but there you go. That's all that there is in it. There's a few things I need to change, obviously. I need to put another couple of lighters in there. And I'm probably missing something that somebody else has, but anyway, if you've got a suggestion for me to put in here to take out or to lighten the load or to increase the load or a different bag or anything else, stick it in the comments. And I hope you enjoyed watching. And I hope it wasn't too long. Good night. I'm going to try to get some sleep.